a 3-pounder cannon, authentic to the time period. You may ask, 3-pounder? What part of that actually only weighs 3 pounds? The 3-pound weight would have referred to the ordnance fired. Forget what you see on most films. What's fired, generally speaking, 90% of the time, is a solid cast iron ball. And it just goes through people quite gorily. It will go through one man and the person behind him, and the person behind him, and the person behind him, and the person behind him. And keep on going with its momentum and kinetic energy. But it will not explode. It will not go bang. Once it's finished its momentum, it just sits there. So ladies and gentlemen, this is about to be fired with approximately a 100-gram charge. Bear that in mind when you hear it, because you are closer than you would normally be under most battlefield conditions. If you wish to gently protect your hearing, gently cup your hands over your ears and allow your mouth to go slack. This equalises the pressure inside and outside of the head. Also makes you look remarkably amusing from the point of view. Don't stuff your hands tightly in your ears. Actually, that increases the pressure and it tends to give you a headache. All right? So in a moment, we'll ask these men to fire. So this will be 100 grams charge. In reality, it would have been loaded with 1 pound of gunpowder because, ladies and gentlemen, the rough rule of thumb was that you used as much gunpowder as was a third of the weight of the projectile being fired. KGA, load the piece!
Ready the piece! Run! One, load! Up! Halt! Making ready. Stage one, ready, sir.
Ready, fire!
Ready, forward.
And fire!
Forward! Ready, please.
That was 100 grams of gunpowder. Fired for real, that would have had 1 pound of gunpowder down the span. Fully 450 odd grams of gunpowder. You would have served in a gun battery of 6 guns. 6 guns. We will now take you slowly through the loading procedure and explain the pieces. Relax for a moment. Advance the work. This is a double helical screw thread that is now smartly placed down the barrel, and as it is done so, the ventsman and gun captain will put a thumb over the vent hole. He will scrape that screw thread down there, listening for any signs that there's something in the way. He will then remove it adroitly from the end, and he will stare at the end. And when he yells clear, it better mean it. There better not be any smoking discharge bits of gunpowder from the previous round, because we're about to put fresh gunpowder down there, and some poor fellow's going to be in front of this cannon with his hands wrapped round a piece of wood. In which case, the piece of wood is going 400 metres that way with bits of his hand attached. So that gun better be clear of gunpowder. We will then advance the sponge.
Run!
This is slightly dipped in a bucket and then the excess water shaken off. We just want to
you're about where you need to be.
excess heat off the edge of anything that's down that barrel. We do not want to make it wringing wet. It will stop the next round going on. We will then present a round. In reality, this would have been a canvas or paper bag with a little round sabot attached, and in this case, a 3-pounder ball. In this particular case, it's just gunpowder and pet bedding. Lavender scented, because we're of course firing it at the Frenchman. Load piece! Notice with a couple of fingers, it's then sighted down there. He doesn't want his hands wrapped round that at this time. This is the very time it could go wrong if anything's going to go wrong. And then when he knows it's seated, he can then feel free to give it 3 really massive breaks. He wants to seat that charge completely down there so that all of it reaches the burning temperature of carbon, sulfur and saltpeter, approximately 2,700 degrees C, expands the gases on the inside, which would of course fire the projectile. All of this time, our gun captain and Benjamin has had his hand over the business end. Why?
Got the air getting in.
Said it, Thank you to stop oxygen getting into the vent piece. All right, because tools have been pushed in and out of that barrel. If there was some smouldering remains of a previous round that weren't found, then it would bring them back to life again, just at the wrong time. And if it does go wrong, unfortunately, he will lose that finger of that hatch. When we fired it in the dark at night, you get a 6-foot flume off there. So, it's nice being nicely seated and ran home, and home being declared, then he then makes ready.
Make you ready.
He produces a copper or brass implement that he will have his hand firmly wrapped around so that he is electrically earthed. And he will then expose a bit of the gunpowder through the sides of the cartridge paper of the tubing. Why is cartridge paper called cartridge paper? Because you can make cartridges out of it. So he will now break through that, make himself some raw gunpowder ready, and insert a fuse, a quill that's been gently surrounded in gunpowder. Meanwhile, all of this time, a man is standing off to one side, blowing what appears to be a smouldering length of old window cord. It looks like old window cord because it is old window cord. It just happens to have been dipped into a bucket of saltpeter solution and then allowed to dry. There's little crystals of saltpeter all through the material, and once you've done that and let it dry, it then becomes slow match. It burns at a nice, steady, predictable rate, even in the rain. Ladies and gentlemen, the King's German Legion are ready. Now is the time for us to give you our final delivery. Artillery. Prepare to fire!
What?
And fire face!
What? Piece.
That was a big
Clear
one.
gun. Do you want another one? We haven't got the time. Right, okay, all right.
Okay, ladies and gents, thanks to the King's German Legion, the artillery. Just one simple thing to point
Clear.
out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the King's German Legion Artillery, proud to be loud!